Hello guys, welcome to another top 10 overpowered enemy series video. So I hope all of you enjoyed the
They
video.
aren't literal gods, but something pushes them, and we all get to see those crazy power levels. Their true power comes out and gets revealed during battle.
なんだこいつら
侵食者だ君は下がっていた方がいい
Welcome back to Animeology. We know you've seen the classics, so we've got a collection of some of the newer anime out there with an insanely overpowered main character that can't control himself and shows his true power during battle.
Number 10 is Sukimuchi Moonlight Fantasy.
お土産持ってけ散々好きなようにもてあそんでくれやがりました俺だ
This series has seen nothing but unparalleled levels of success across every medium, from a brilliant web novel, high-selling light novels, and manga. It was feared that the moonlit fantasy would struggle in anime form, but since its 2021 release, we've realized that is not the case and cannot wait for the next season. We learn of a strange and mysterious contract that was agreed upon by a goddess and the parent of our MC, Makoto Misumi. One day transported to another magical world and set to become the hero of this fantasy realm. The goddess considers our hero to be hideous and refuses to even consider him a hero. Cursing him and removing his ability to even speak English, Makoto is driven off and forced to live in the far outreach of this new world. Our hero slowly learns of his increased physical and magical abilities, far more powerful than you could imagine. Makoto joins up and forms a team of magical beings and builds a new community in which all these different races can coexist peacefully. An interesting tale that explores some very unique themes and concepts, a peculiar watch for sure that is quite unlike anything we've come across.
Number 9 Decadence.
Fantastic science fiction and action anime series that is actually a completely original series, with some extremely imaginative world building and backstory. We cannot wait for the rumored follow-up season. Set in the 2400s, humanity increased air pollution to lethal levels. It was literally poisonous to breathe the air outside. Combined with the emergence of these crazy powerful lifeforms known as the Gadol that wiped out most humans around. We were forced to build these crazy powerful cyborgs that humans can control in order to help us out, installing a huge dome around the last remaining survivors of humanity for our own protection. We follow a lowly girl that maintains and operates these cyborgs, as she starts to uncover and unravel a lot of hefty and grim secrets about the world around her.
Number 8 Bungo the Alchemist.
Based on a relatively popular collectible card video game that launched back in 2016, the world and mythos around Bungo and Alchemist made for an absolutely brilliant anime adaptation. We learn of a world in which famous writers and characters through history find themselves reincarnated by a strange and mysterious entity known as the Alchemist. Their souls are trapped and remain in this huge library. The Alchemist tells them to face off against these powerful monsters known as Taints, as they find themselves traversing lands and environments of stories that they themselves had written. A really awesome core concept, Bungo and Alchemist allow us to see some imaginative and awesome settings, with brilliant powers and a breathtakingly winding overarching storyline.
Number 7 Caesar 7.
Scissor 7 is also known as Killer 7, and first aired on Netflix across 2020. Following an initial release back in 2018, the global anime audience absolutely loved it, and the series has since won a lot of awards because it is legitimately great. We follow Seven, a clumsy and broke MC that failed a quick course in becoming a professional assassin. Deciding to try his luck anyway, Seven opens up a barbershop, the perfect cover. Follow his journey into the seedy and dark underbelly of the criminal underworld, soon finding himself stuck in a power struggle between two rival factions, all while he tries to recover his lost memories. With Season 3 released so far and many more on the horizon, we can't wait to see what's next out of the awesome world of Scissor 7.
Number 6, Assassin's Pride.
An interesting series with some of the best world building we've ever come across. Assassin's Pride is a series that isn't afraid to be ambitious in its setup, filling the rest of the story with interesting characters and enthralling situations. The fight scenes and the setting are the true strengths of this must-watch anime series. Humanity is on its last legs, laying at the edge of extinction with a single city-state, Flandre, as the last bastion of humankind. Each city block in Flandre is separated between a glass dome, traveling between domes through train lines and glass tunnels. The world outside these domes is completely dark. In fact, this eternal darkness is filled with savage and deadly lycanthropes. Seriously strong and dangerous, the only people capable of dealing with these lycanthropes are humanity's noblemen. With powerful abilities passed down noble generations, these nobles are able to channel powerful superhuman abilities that let them actually fight and even defeat these lycanthropes. Attending an elite academy and training his skills, we follow Kufo Vampire, a young nobleman that is tasked with following another powerful noble, Melita. The two share their own dark secrets that draw them closer and closer together. We won't say any more for fear of spoiling it, but definitely check out Assassin's Pride.
Number 5, Hortensia Saga.
Based on a highly successful RPG game that has since spawned a highly successful and well-received manga, the latest addition to the Hortensia Saga universe is the highly anticipated anime series that was just as brilliant as many fans expected. A brilliant medieval-type series, Hortensia Saga is aimed towards a slightly older and more mature audience, but still looks to amaze viewers with some brilliant action scenes, as well as an awesome sense of fantasy and adventure. The drama doesn't get too heavy, but had us coming back for more. Set in the beautifully complex kingdom of Hortensia, a traditionally peaceful kingdom that has erupted into violent rebellion and war after the sudden and unexpected arrival of horrific demons. The entire kingdom is thrown into chaos and war. Hortensia Saga focuses on a group of young knights that look to help and assist where they can, while attempting to uncover the truth and try to save the world.
Number 4, Battle Game in 5 seconds.
あっそうじゃあ1回戦みたいに加減して殴る必要ねえな
An awesome anime adaptation based on a long-running manga series. Based on a highly popular webcomic series, we definitely recommend checking out Battle Game in 5 seconds because we guarantee that you will fall in love. We learn about a new kind of battle, one filled with awesome new techniques and abilities that are geared towards the new generation. We follow Akira Shiroyanagi, a high schooler that loves nothing more than eating candy and playing games. One day, Akira finds himself in a fight due to a mysterious girl by the name of Mion. Mion is telling everyone in the high school that they've been completely wiped out of all records and are about to become test subjects with insane powers and abilities. Akira uses these newfound powers to climb the ranks and ultimately crush this organization. With some seriously unexpected and imaginative powers and abilities, this is a seriously awesome series that kept us on the edge of our seats from the very first episode.
Number 3, Spare Me, Great Lord.
An awesome new series that was seriously overlooked and is actually one of the most awesome new anime that have been released in recent times. Spare Me, Great Lord tells the story of an orphan, Lu Shu, but he is not just your regular orphan. Lu Shu is actually a metahuman experiencing a lot of changes in himself and the dawn of the magical era. A brilliant series in which we get to follow Lu Shu as he sets off and embarks on an epic journey to improve his magical abilities, setting off with his cute and charismatic sister by his side. The two encounter all sorts of supernatural events, obstacles, and even the most powerful people in their country. A never-ending list of rivals in one of the hottest new anime shows out there right now.
Number 2, Sugumomo.
こりゃ死んだな。愚か者。
A fun comedy that isn't afraid of some emotionally charged scenes wrapped nicely together with an awesome supernatural backdrop, Sugumomo started its life as a manga but has since dominated the anime scene with the recent revival kicking up a storm. Following Kazuya Kagami, a seemingly ordinary boy that finds his whole life turned upside down one day, a magical girl appears out of nowhere. Turns out that she's an object that has gained a soul through a close and peaceful relationship with its owner. Instantly, the two become somewhat attached to each other. As Kagami starts to learn of these fantasy beings that exist just underneath the surface while also learning of the dark past that was hidden from himself, a slow burn reveals the true nature and history of Kagami really had us hooked. A brave and courageous MC that isn't afraid to throw himself in the line of danger. You don't get much more badass than Kazuya Kagami.
Number 1, To Your Eternity.
One of the newer mangas that made huge waves across the manga scene when it was realized. Finally out as an anime series that has been universally loved by anime fans from across the planet. Definitely check out To Your Eternity, you will not regret it. We follow Fushi, an immortal being that can shift through many forms, starting off as a mysterious alien orb arriving on Earth with no emotions, feelings, or sense of identity, taking on the forms ranging from a village boy to a white wolf. The story of To Your Eternity was actually inspired by the death of the creator's actual grandmother. She used the emotion she felt about the passing of her loved one through Fushi, emotionally very cold and distant, but slowly developed a personality through her interactions with others. Well received both in Japan and across the world, it's clear to see that To Your Eternity will probably go down as one of the greats and an awesome new fantasy series that you need to check out.